Hello and welcome to Race 8. The Austrian Grand Prix will happen here today. And after that one, the season is halfway done. We're starting today in the career hub, I think. You know, just to change the scenery a little bit for the introductions of these videos. Before we head on down to the track, a quick look at the R&D chart as per usual. Got two upgrades coming for the Grand Prix in Great Britain. Next time out, you can see we are closing in. We're closing in fast on Mercedes. Finished third, got our fourth podium of the season in Canada last time out. Red Bull, a bit struggling. Only scored 1 point with Alex Albon last time out. A team that isn't struggling, if we look at the R&D chart at least, AlphaTauri, Red Bull's little sister, have now got themselves the 5th quickest car, brought a huge upgrade apparently after Canada, and are now challenging McLaren and Renault, so the fight for 5th position in the Constructors' Championship might heat up. Quick look at the standings. We are in 2nd place, ahead of Valtteri Bottas, behind the defending world champion Lewis Hamilton, who hasn't finished worse than 2nd, apart from the time he didn't finish at the Australian Grand Prix. And let's make this a fast one. You can see we didn't switch out the energy store because we only have 2 available, so I need that one to go the distance past the halfway mark, but the rest of the engine is fresh for this race, which hopefully will net us a good result in the end. And as it looks right now, maybe even a first pole position, the first one for Nico Hülkenberg since 2010, believe it or not. And across, through the final corner and across the line, it's pole position for the first time this season and for the first time in 10 years for Nico Hülkenberg. Oh, one thing, by the way, I didn't mention. We've had a rivalry with Alex Albon. We won that. And now we're up against a real challenge. Valtteri Bottas is now our rival. And he is our rival in the championship. So, or in the race for 2nd place in the championship. So, finally, a real incentive to perform good, I guess. Anyway, let's race in the rain.
The back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. It's
Nico Hülkenberg on pole position.
It's the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, and Hamilton, Albon, Norris, Leclerc, and Pierre Gasly, Fiat, Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, and Grosjean, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, George Russell, and Esteban Ocon, Magnussen, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
We actually start this race on the Inters, so if around our pit stop window, which is around lap 18 to 20, the rain, stops by that point, I'll just slap on the mediums and go to the end, because I don't think I can stretch the softs for half the race. I think we can make this a one-stopper, but let's just crawl off the line and get this baby going. As the lights are on, and they're out, and we're underway for the Austrian Grand Prix, getting off the line really good. Don't mess it up in these tricky conditions. Sergio Perez into 2nd, Racing Point 1-2. Hell yeah! And Lewis Hamilton nowhere to be seen. Max Verstappen, after the disappointment that was the Canadian Grand Prix for him, is there in 4th place, had a good qualifying effort. And we're just fucking off into the distance. Bottas must have challenged Perez there into that slow part of the track. It's cost him some time. I like that. Can we just red flag the race now and call it? I'd love a Racing Point 1-2. Gonna complete 3 laps as we cross the line. We hold the fastest lap. Sergio Perez has just gone even quicker. And Valtteri Bottas goes quicker than me. I was about to say Perez had held up Bottas, and he's held up pretty much now the cars behind him. And Bottas is closing in within 2 seconds of me now. But so far we're running good. Got a good gap over the rest of the field. I'd love to convert this pole position. I really would love to. Sergio is really holding everybody up. It's about a 2-second gap from first to second, and it's almost 9 seconds between me and Sergio in third position. And that's just 5 laps, almost 5.5 into this race, as we're on lap 6 now. He is just parking the bus, the Mexican Minister of Defense. Back at it again. I'm not complaining. Lewis Hamilton, the World Championship leader, is in 5th position right now, and if I want to have a shot at this title, I need him to finish lower than 2nd. Because he's all the time he's finished this season, he's finished 1st or 2nd, so 5th position for Lewis would be something different. So we're starting to struggle a little bit with traction, while Valtteri is just able to drive slightly quicker than I am. But that's alright. Set the fastest 1st and 2nd sectors and opened up a gap. And I think we'll recapture the fastest lap here just a lap later. But we're actually, half a second quicker than Bottas. There's definitely, you can see it on the track, there's definitely a dry line forming. And I feel like the rain's just getting a little bit less. As Sergio Perez is holding everybody up. 12 seconds is the gap, only 8 laps in. That's a damn lot. That's 1.5 seconds and he's driving slower per lap, if my mathematics aren't wrong. Which they probably are, because I almost failed maths. But that's a different story. All I know is Sergio is slow AF. Just set the fastest 1st sector, and the rain is getting less and less. By the way, if you're interested, 16 seconds is now the gap between me and Sergio. Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton have battled a little bit, so they've dropped marginally from Sergio's rear end, but we're about to set the fastest lap once again, I'm guessing. Yep, once again, fastest 2nd sector. Good thing is I have to drain the battery, because we have obviously a really worn out energy storage. And we're gonna cross the line this time by, and it's gonna be a 1:14.2. And you can see it's less rain on the camera. It's less rain on the track. There's a dry line forming. The track isn't as reflective as it once was. So, yeah, lap 18, as was predicted for the pit stop. That's probably when I'm gonna go straight to the mediums and hope they work. And hope we can make them work till the end.
Sergio is in for his stop.
Oh, they're all coming in now. Interesting to see on what tires they switch to, and the DRS has been enabled. They're going into the softs. Yeah, I think a soft strategy. I think they're going soft, and I think I'll do that as well. And Valtteri's coming down as well, so the rain definitely the rain has gone faster than I thought he was gonna go. That wasn't a correct English sentence, I'm guessing, but we are down and away. 2.9 second pit stop. And obviously because Sergio has done all that he needed to do to pretty much gift me the race lead, get some heat in those Pirelli softs, and fuck off into the distance and win this Austrian Grand Prix. George Russell is in 5th position on... Wait a... George Russell is in 5th position in a Williams. And he is on the dry tires. I'm guessing he profited from, you know, folks double stacking. But George Russell is in 5th. He's probably not going to score points today, but he has run in 5th position on strategy. And me, as a Williams fan, is loving this. Fastest lap again belongs to Nico Hülkenberg. 1:63. Alrighty. I like that. Sunny skies now as we start lap 20. And yeah, I mean, we are 1 pit stop clear of everybody else but Valtteri Bottas. 23 seconds is the gap to Lewis Hamilton in 3rd position. So, yeah, Sergio really did all the work to kind of have us only have 1 direct opponent for this race win, which is my rival Valtteri Bottas. But even then, there's been about a 2-second gap to Valtteri, pretty much all the time since we've switched to the dry tires. Got about 5 laps before we hit pit road again for the last time. So it's been a commanding performance so far, I must say this. It's not over yet. Valtteri still has the fastest cars. We drive a bit sluggish here. All the time when I start to talk and commentate while driving, I start to make these tiny mistakes. But yeah, overall, it's been a good race so far. Really commanding performance. Pole position, fastest lap, leading. Can't complain. Sergio is coming in. We're gonna be in at the end of this lap as well. And some other cars are. Ferrari's in, George Russell's Williams. A McLaren, I think that's Lando Norris. Yeah, it is Lando Norris because Carlos Sainz still scored in 5th position. Max Verstappen, meanwhile, has taken that 4th spot. And we're going to come down now. 3.3 seconds the gap to Valtteri Bottas. And yeah. Just get ourselves a new set of soft tires and drive it on home. Bottas stays out 1 more lap. Alright. That was a slow one. They weren't ready. Okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We can...
After these tires now, we want to finish the race on this compound.
We can work with that. It's about a second and a bit slower than I would have wanted it to be, but okay. Bottas is on pit lane now. We are on the start-finish straight. Fastest final sector, and we will get past the Finn. Back into the race lead. And let's keep it that way. He must have... Well, he lost a lot of time, I think. Driving 1 more lap on the old soft tires as we set the fastest first sector. As long as we can keep the gap, that may have just won us this race. As my teammate Sergio Perez sets the fastest lap, is up into 4th position. Sebastian Vettel now sets the fastest lap. Well, I think we have an answer for that. And this is the answer. Can we set the fastest lap? We can. 1:46. Alrighty. I'll take that. Drove the gap to Bottas. Made it a bit wider. And now for the last 10 laps, just cruise on home. Keep the pace, cruise home, and get our 3rd win of the season. Lap traffic in the form of Nicholas Latifi's Williams, who tries to take the position back. Buddy, that's just track position. You are an lap down. Fuck off. He's not used to being lapped by a Racing Point. He only knows how to be lapped by a Mercedes, I'm guessing. Lots of lap traffic as we come around to take the final lap of this Grand Prix. We got the DRS of some of these cars.
Final lap of the race.
I mean, said it before in this video. Just a commanding performance. Just a great race overall.
Burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon.
As we're all
Too long to turn the engine down.
stalling out here, almost. Excuse me, race leader coming through. Thanks a lot. Ooh. Just parking it on the apex there.
And a lap of fuel now.
Daniel Ricciardo. And AlphaTauri's up next. No, that's a Haas. And a Red Bull and an Alfa Romeo, but they're going to finish the race on their lap. Everybody else has been lapped. The first win has been a strategy one. The second win has been strategy, but also luck. And this one has been commanding. Win number 3 for Nico Hulkenberg.
Fantastic. You've won the Grand Prix.
A really, really great race. And Kevin Magnussen gets a drive of the day for some reason. Didn't even score points, did he?
And an incredible win for Racing Point. A brilliant performance. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result?
There we are on top for the 3rd time in our career. For the 3rd time this season.
The Racing Point team will be very
There we are.
performance.
Once again.
Another display of
It's
excellent driving and excellent
great. Back-to-back podiums. Back-to-back, no, not back-to-back wins, but back-to-back podiums. Gonna keep it at that. Commanding performance, pole position, changeable conditions. We mastered it with the craft of a world champion. Pole to win, and the 2 Mercedes in tow, Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. Sergio Perez gets 4th, great result for the team again, so the top 4 hasn't changed from last week, just with different, what's the word? Different order. Sebastian Vettel, 5th position, Max Verstappen in his team's home race, 6th only Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly making that 5th quickest AlphaTauri work once again, 4 points for him, and the 2 McLarens round out the top 10. Kimi Räikkönen repeats his result from last week. Quick look at the standings, 6 points now. Halfway down, halfway to go in this season, and it's heating up. Valtteri Bottas 33 behind the World Championship lead. Max Verstappen still in 4th in points, but a long way back from 3rd. Sergio Perez is in 5th. Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc battle. Only 1 point separate those two. For 6th position, Daniel Ricciardo didn't score points today. The Renault only now the 7th quickest car, so these 40 points, they are currently good enough for 8th, but McLaren and AlphaTauri, they're hunting them. And none of the bottom 3 teams have scored points. As we can see, Williams, they tried, but only finished 15th with George Russell, so they even lose 1 spot. The Constructors' Championship are last again. 54 points is the gap between us and Mercedes-Benz. Ferrari now firmly in 3rd, 8 points the gap between the battle for fifth position might heat up with AlphaTauri and McLaren having better cars than Red Bull, but there's still some points, a lot of points actually, they have to make up. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, subscribe, see you all next time for the British Grand Prix, our team's home race. Goodbye.